Hi everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to bring you a very unique and wonderful person. His name is David Verdu, also known as Coach Verdu. Hi David, how you doing?
Wow. Thank you, Teresa, for having me. This is a real honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. We're excited to have you. Now, I'm just going to do a quick bio about you, okay? And then we're going to come back and we're going to give you the floor. How's that,
Let's dig
David?
in. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my friend. So this is David Verdu. He is a renowned coach and motivational speaker celebrated for his transformative leadership and ability to inspire individuals and teams to achieve their fullest potential. With a background in coaching that spans several years, David has guided numerous athletes, professionals, and organizations to success through his strategic insights and motivational techniques. I wanted to also add, as a speaker, David captivates audiences with his dynamic storytelling and actionable advice. Actionable is a big word because people like that, especially in today's day and age when we have so much technology at our fingertips, David. So let's start with you. Let's go back to where it all started, David.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. It all started back in California. I am from the Bay Area. I have seven brothers. My parents and my grandparents, we all lived together, a nice Italian family. And it was about 14, 15, 16 years old when I kept asking, Dad, why is it that when you go on your speaking engagements, because my dad was the president of all the youth sports of California. So meetings and weekends and travel, and he would take me. Of all the brothers, he would take me.
Okay.
And I was like, he goes, because you're next. I said, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't
Okay.
know what he was talking about. I just went and after a while started introducing my dad, and I loved it. Then my mom got me into theater, and then I started doing some acting and stuff like that. 19 years old, I had a soccer accident, and I ended up being in the hospital with in a brace, and I just got held. I just got a hold of. I mean, I was embraced. I was cuddled, and people started sharing with me, and I fell into my destiny that weekend
Okay.
because on Monday, in my knee brace and crutches, I became the athletic director and PE teacher for the junior high in Fortuna, California.
Okay.
I was 19 years old. And so I
Young.
started teaching before I even went to college.
Fantastic.
Then I went to Humboldt State and got my master's in education, and I've been doing it since I was 19. I'm 58. I
Okay.
haven't been, it's been an amazing journey. I do educational programs. I travel the world. I've been to Riga, Latvia, and East and West Berlin. I've been invited to go do things for Mexico, and I've been all over the world, and it's been incredible, and it's not stopping. I've been in most of the states, sharing with schools and teachers character development, like how to be everything you can be. They're like, are you a bullying specialist or a suicide awareness or mental health? What is your specialty? See, well, that's a great question because I combat it all. It's character. It comes down to your character and who you are. And so, what I'm teaching today is how to stop, think, and look around you because there's other people hurting. You've heard the saying, if you're hurt and depressed, get up, go serve. There's other people that are hurting more than you. And it's truth. And so with all that said, my journey started when my father, Joseph, handed me the mantle and said, hey, go help people. Go do what you do. So author, comedian, singer, I don't care, I'll dance. Whatever you need me to do. It's been my journey has been so fun. And the bottom line is that way beyond measure, Coach David Verdu is about character. I want to instill character in the lives of people.
I love that. David, that's exactly why we have you on the show. Now, one of the big things about, I named this Success Diaries because what I do motivational speaking as well. I love helping other people. And you're right, when we get out of ourselves and we help someone else, we feel better, but they get so much out of it, right? But I want to say to you, David, thank you, first of all. You're helping a lot of people. The big thing I really like is that you're able to help people when they're down or when they're really at a point of no return where they know they want to come back, that kind of the comeback kid. Let's go back to that. When you're helping teams or helping people when they're feeling at their lowest, what would you do for that?
Oh, wow. Um, well, that's such a great question. I always start with the M. Okay, so the M is a very unique letter. You have to stay with me on this one. Okay,
I am.
this is about them. I want you to think about the M.
Okay.
When I go to students and their hands are in all these things, I say, "Tell me about you." It's very difficult for them to understand and to express who they are.
Okay.
I said the very first thing that we need to do with the M is leave it in its position so that you can understand who me is. We
Okay.
don't understand who we are
Okay.
and what our gifts and our talents are. We get confused and we get disoriented. We get put in spots that we weren't supposed to be in because we're not where we're supposed to be. It's like putting a hot tamale with broccoli. It's like, why would you put hot tamales in with broccoli? They don't even work. We have to find out who we are. So when these kids are like, "Hey, coach, I said, okay, first off, why? Let's dig into who you are. And then once we find out who you are, and you can walk with confidence and look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, because when you do that, you have the confidence when some people say things, you just they're flying over your head and past you. They're not sticking to you anymore like a sticky note because you come to the conclusion that you already know what they're telling you is probably true. I know I have ADD in most of the alphabet. I get it. Reminding me of that. I know who I am. I have come to the conclusion of me.
And once you do that and you get centered, what I'm hearing from you, David, is once I know who I am, once I know I'm centered, and like you said, you stop, you look around, see where you are. So you're kind of in the present now.
Yes,
And on top of that, I know who I am. So I know who I am, where I've been, and where I'm going.
that's right.
I have stoic resignation that you're not going to be able to get me off my path. Does that make sense?
That's a fact. Now, when you discover who you are, when people used to say, "Man, you're the life of the party," I used to try to go parties and not be the life of the party. I hated that. Why are you looking for me to be your entertainment? You're so fun, you're so high energetic. They don't get me. They don't understand that when I'm at home that I hurt. They don't understand, but I have to be a certain way. That's what God's called me to do.
Okay.
So as soon as you understand, now this is awesome. As soon as you understand the me and who you are, now flip the M.
Okay. I got it.
Now we have we. Now you are powerful. Now the we, now you can go and say, because I know who I am and who I am in my strengths, I'm going to go out and I'm going to share with those other people who they and what they can do. Because now I flip my M because I know who I am to a we. Now I've got to go out and help people.
That's wonderful. That is
And
a
so,
great analogy. Honestly, David, that's a wonderful analogy. Good
right.
job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
I don't claim it. I mean, I just listen, I think. And I mean, got so many different stories and stuff. That's why they call me the story guru. But I just want to try to get it a point and get it across. You are needed. You, everybody has a lane. I love Simon Cowell. I know that people, he's so mean. No, he's not. Why didn't anybody tell these people before they got in front of Simon Cowell that they couldn't? They were afraid to hurt the person's feelings. I have to do that. I can't let people go in front of things and do and embarrass them.
Yeah.
I would have to pull them aside and say, listen, there is a place for you. There is a place that I need sound, t-shirt design, social media. I don't know what it is. We have to find our lane. Ooh, I want to do what coach does. Don't do it. There's been so many people that have been ruined
Oh.
because I'm going to go do what coach does.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot. You have to be
It's
empathetic
not,
and you have to understand people, right, David?
it, well, because I mean, this is grab. I mean, doing ministry and being in the ministry. I was a associate pastor up in Bethel in Redding, California,
Okay.
with Pastor Bill Johnson. Huge church, huge, amazing. It's just an amazing thing, an amazing time. And I gleaned from all that. And so when people say, "Man, what is the best part of what you do?" Oh man, that's easy. It's the people.
Yeah.
I love watching people evolve. I like watching people grow. I like watching people. Okay, coach.
Absolutely. It's great
Different question.
feeling.
Different question, coach. What do you hate about your ministry? It's the same people. Here's what I mean by that. When you deal with people in ministry, you are going to bump elbows. It does not matter. The same mouth that I edify my wife with is the same mouth that I say, "What are you, dumb?" More like spill water everywhere. And instead of just who cares, it's water. Who cares? You know, her she does puzzles. So her puzzle board hit it and it fell over. But it happens 4 or 5 times a week. And so the other night I just was like, I said something stupid. You know, just I said something stupid. And it was the fast. I couldn't even stop. It was not even a. Whoop, I was. You can grab it back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your words. So what I mean by that is the people that you surround yourself with are going to be fed, and at the same time, in that pond while we're swimming, you're like, "Oh, I want to fillet that guy." You know what I mean? It's like I wrote a book called Discipling Today's Students: How to Fill the Ponds, teaching people to feed, not fillet.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing. We don't understand our youth, baggy pants, earring. We're not getting them. And they don't understand us. Here's the problem is we've given our students so much freedom that the 14-year-old thinks that they can pay bills. They can't. They have no idea. I
You,
talked to kids. I said, go ask your parents how much they pay for water. What? They don't pay for water. Yeah. Yeah. No way. No, really?
you're in
It's
the education field and the
yes.
young people are coming up and they're in need of mentors. I know that. I can see that. And it's just my opinion, but I feel like there's a lot of young people who really truly need boundaries and mentors to help them get through. It's nothing to do with their parents. They have great parents, but they just need that sort of the social media, I think, has really given them a different world. And I think they need a little more grounding. Is that
That's
fair? Is
bad.
that a fair statement?
It's a great statement. Students spend more time on their phone than anything in the nation, period. There's nothing else in their hands They also have done studies to where if I was to take a child's phone and hide it, the anxiety goes through the roof and they will not go to class or do anything because they won't be able to focus. Where's my phone?
So,
There's no, it is attached. Now,
okay,
I would say the same thing. Me too. Me
okay,
too.
yeah,
But what do I use this for?
yeah.
What is what is this in my hand? This is my tool.
Right.
This is
If
my
if I was to add to that, David, perhaps the young people feel that's their tool. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that may be what we're associating, helping them be associated with is their phone. Now, you mentioned to me you have foster children and you have fostered children over the years. As you look at your group, your family, how do you sort of do the rules and regulations for phones and social media? What do you do?
That's great. So, mind you, our youngest child now, our youngest foster son, David, is 28.
Okay.
So this was a while ago.
Okay.
We have kids all over the place. They knew. So it's just like being a teacher. So when the kids came into my classroom, on the back of the door was a shoe rack, and their phones would go and they'd have their name. They could drop their phone there. Okay.
Okay.
Our understanding is you've got to put things in place and you've got to hold them.
Sure.
If we are at the dinner table, when we call dinner and you show up with your phone, you're done. You're doing all the dishes, you're doing everything. They know dinner time was our time to communicate so that we can share and understand and talk. A lot of them, you know what's funny is they call me now, they're 34, 35. Dude, that was the best thing ever.
That's good.
I love dinner time. I do the same thing with my kids now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
It's, but back then they don't get it.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
uh, oh, kid. It's just, but having regulations and sticking to them. Dinner time, no phone. Homework, okay, homework time was done downstairs. Not, we didn't let them do their homework in private
Oh,
because
okay.
they didn't do it. I had to watch them, and when they were done, they could show me, and then they're free. Go fly, be free. Take your phone. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So even foster kids, the advocates, okay, once they turn a certain age, I think it's 11. I'm not sure. Every foster child gets a phone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's when you start to see things.
Change
Yeah,
on them, right?
well, it's a tool in your hand. What are you going to do with it? You're either going to construct or destruct.
Exactly, exactly. And we're not here to answer the world's problems, but
Right.
I certainly see that for parents and their children, I know they're using the phones for perhaps safety, and I understand all of that. But
Sure.
but they're being brought up with these phones and social media. And when I say that, I do mean computers as well. They're on social media, they're on platforms that boy, there's some content there that may be difficult. Now I know they have parents have regulatory systems in their computers and their phones. I get that. So that's good. But I think it's a bit confusing for them, and that's just my opinion. I have four granddaughters, and they're into sports and they're into extracurricular activities. They're very busy. Their parents are very very with them in life. They're always helping them, and I'm proud of that. And I'm sure so many parents are. And this isn't to say that there's any bad parents. It's just, I think it's really difficult. You have to make sure you're staying on top of them and making sure they're not into dangerous situations. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would
And
ask you, David, and we talked about this a little bit, but I want to circle back to you help with team sports. So how are you helping the young athletes? What grade are you starting with, and how do you get them to? Because that kind of goes part and parcel. I did know my grandchildren are into sports, a lot of sports, and they're
right,
busy and they're just not in trouble. And I think sports are important.
right. Actually, we with our we do things called so. I was a basketball coach. I taught basketball, soccer, football. I don't want to limit to that anymore. So what I do is when I talk to schools and stuff, my summertime programs are just packed.
Mhm.
I do 4-day camps, but they're athletic camps. So we're doing plyometrics, we're doing mindset. We're not just shooting layups and stuff. We're not even using a ball. Everything that we do pertains to core and balance, character. I'm telling you, it's once I coached in the NBA and I met these guys, tall, just huge, huge athletes. Their center was so firm. Now, this part with professional athletes is a little loco. You got to understand, they're some of them should not be heroes. Do you understand me?
Mhm.
They're not.
Mhm.
They're womanize their things. They do things bad, not good. However, their core, their center of getting it done was unbelievable. What made them get up at 3:30 in the morning? Their drive. And
Mhm.
how do I instill that into these kids? A drive that makes them want to move and go forward the same way it should be in the classroom. I tell my kids when they came into my classroom, you think I want to be here? Don't be fooled. I
Mhm.
said, I'm here because I got a job to do and I've got to teach you and I'm going to help you. I said, but we will have fun. Okay. And so to get to that understanding, so the core of what it is. So I do uh little bits. And so my little bit class is first grade to third grade. And we do like a 45-minute program. And then I do little dribblers, and then we have the older kids, and then we go into the older ones with it. So, but the high school, so junior high is coaching the elementary school.
Okay.
They're helping because their camp is next.
Oh, okay.
And then the junior hires have their camp. The high schools are teaching me and helping me with the what? Junior high.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So now we're all teaching, right?
Okay.
Okay. And now the high school is going to be there. And I keep some of the middle schoolers as ball boys.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They've already helped coach with the little dudes. Now they're going to help with the high schoolers. And so now what we're instilling is confidence, character, because I do not, we don't put a ball. We're going to be hopping over things. Hop, 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 hop. How many times can you hop over this, staying in your balance within 30 seconds? So we do a lot of fun things. Jump rope. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I mean, just things that they're like, and I keep it Sesame Street fast, fast, fast.
Okay.
Play the music, and the music's playing, and I got my microphone on. Okay, swing. I mean, it's movement, it's core, it's every station knows what they're supposed to say. Focus, stay in it, do the best you can.
Words to live by. That's excellent. David, you're very dynamic and animated so that young people would just be taken in by you and you can help them. I know that. And you have, a way about you that just makes everybody feel comfortable and you're able to get them to go from here to success in
Thank
a
you.
relatively short time. That's wonderful.
Thank you so much. I
Uh,
really appreciate that. I used to apologize. I'm really, I used to, people would say, dude, will you, I come in or I do something and they're like, oh, man, that's someone here want to say something. And they're like, go say something. And then I do it. And when I was done, I'd be like, man, I'm sorry because I took like 20 minutes or whatever. But when I was done, they would say, dude, that was like, wow.
yeah, yeah,
But I don't apologize. I found, see, that's the me. Do you understand?
yeah.
I'm able to flip it because I know that, okay, I guess I am the life of the party. Okay, we need a little bit of oomph, okay, you know, people ask me what would be your job if you were stuck on an island because of plane crash or whatever. I said, coach, pastor, motivator. It's going to be okay. I think that would have been what I am. Don't ask me to go hunting for food.
You're the one saying, okay, everybody get up.
That's
It's time to go.
yeah. So you know what they would call me? They'd call me Cookie, right?
Oh,
Isn't that the guy that stays back? He
yeah.
stays back with the kids and
Yeah.
and I got a little I'm 58, so it's I can stay back. I can stay.
Yeah.
You guys, you guys go and bring me back or what have you. But yeah. So this has been a really real joy.
Oh, good.
I know that also Teresa and your dynamics and who you are. So I just say thank you for everything that you do as well. And I'm gracious to that. And real
Thank
quick,
you.
I am in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And
Okay.
so where are you at, Miss Teresa?
I'm up in Canada, David. So I'm just in Ontario. And
Oh my,
so yeah,
I
we're a
just
little
talked to
I'm sorry?
Coach Romney from Ontario.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm trying to work it out to come to some Ontario schools. And so I'm
Oh,
going to bring my
wow.
award-winning program from the States and I'm going to go into Canada. And then I'm working on something to become a nonprofit in Canada so I can open up our program there as well. And then be able to get in front of all those students and kids. I know it will happen. It's just timing and finding the right people to help me get
Sure.
to that point. So I want to get in front of students, parents, teachers, administrators, and I
Sure.
want to share with them life changing entities that move them forward into something very dynamic.
Oh, what a great message. That's wonderful. And we look forward to having you up here. So that's
On
good,
the other
David.
thing is I need you to help me. Teresa, help me.
What do
I
you need,
want
David?
I want to deck out in hockey goalie gear. And I
You want
want
to
some
get out in
I want to suit up in hockey goalie gear.
hockey
And
goalie?
yes, and I want people to shoot pucks at me. Bing, bing, glove save, stick save.
You are
It
wild.
would be the funniest thing. You bring a group of people and we film it because I've only been on the ice maybe 5 times.
Oh my.
But now I'm in all this gear and I got to get to the goal, right? This is going to be funny. I mean, we will film this. We
This is
will
your
have
dream,
millions
David?
of people watching. I'm gonna do it. This is my bucket list. I had an opportunity to ride a bull.
Oh,
I
very
wrote
good.
it down. I crossed it out, and I said,
Sure.
no, I want to be a goalie
Okay.
for a hockey team and have them just pummel me with pucks.
Well, one, you have to do it. And two, we can't wait to see this, David.
We're doing it. Are we gonna do it? Can we get this done?
I don't know. We got to see what happens, David. I'll
All
tell
right.
you one thing. I want you to come back. We want to do
Yes,
another
please.
episode.
Yes, that'd be great. I would love to. Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to it. I want to come to Ontario and hang out with students and say
That would
A
be
after every.
fantastic.
So I
Why don't
say
you tell
A
us when you're
after
coming
every.
up here and we'll see what we can do, okay?
I just need what I need from you is a list of like school districts in your area, and then I'll contact them. And then I'm gonna work on my Canadian A, and so I'll say A after every RKA, and then A, and that I don't know if that's Ontario though. Is that
Well,
Ontario?
you have to speak the Canadian language, Dave.
Oh, don't you know the Canadian?
And
I
each
don't.
province has our own accents too, by the way. So just like you
Where's the
guys
French
do
Quarter
in
or
the
the French?
States.
Wow, French Quarter's close to you, or where are they? Oh, that's Quebec, right?
Quebec, yes. Quebec.
Quebec.
So we
Okay.
have, yeah, absolutely. Quebec is right beside us, and Ontario is one. I'm sure you've been to Ontario, and I've been to the States. You have wonderful people in the States. We're interactive, and we're a lot of fun up here in Canada. And but listen, Dave, I got two questions for you. One, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way? I'm going to put your bio on here, but what is the best way to reach you, David?
Perfect. It's waybeyondmeasure.com.
Perfect.
Okay.
Second question. You're going to come back, right?
Absolutely fact.
Okay.
I'm going to have you on my podcast. I have a nationally syndicated Spotify apps. And so we will set up so that you can come onto the Way Beyond Measure podcast and
I'm
we're going to
happy.
ignite you as a fact. So if you have a book, whatever you might have, we're going to ignite that and
Oh,
really get it out there.
David, what is the name of your book again, too? We're going to have to put that in the bottom.
Discipling. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the links and
Perfect.
stuff. Discipling today's students, and
Perfect.
yeah. So I'll get that to you. And I have 16 books. So
Okay.
listen, I'll send that one that we talked about, and then they can go study and look and what have you. But more
Okay.
than that, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. Thank
Oh,
you so much
thank
for your
you.
love.
You're wonderful. We had a great time today. So, everyone, this is wonderful David Verdu. He is the coach, we call him Coach Verdu, and he's an educating teacher, wonderful motivational speaker. We're thrilled to have you today, David. My name is Teresa Aker with Success Diaries from Teresa Aker. Please go to David's podcast, which I'm going to put down here. Subscribe to his channels. Take a look at his social media. I'll have it all ready for you. And do subscribe here at the bottom on my show. I really appreciate it. We appreciate all of you. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.